Fresh Prince of Munich. People who owned a hamster. How did it die? Not my hamster, but a friend was handling it and it bit his finger. He panicked and accidentally flung it into the fireplace. Man shares picture before and after liver transplant. You should always make one kid for spare parts. This is such a low hanging fruit. Right people have no drip. Bully, your guy. Kid, I thought we were keeping our relationship a secret. The class. How to get murdered by a bully. Me and my friends would have killed young Sheldon with hammers. I can tell you that much. Wow. Oh god, young Sheldon. I sincerely apologize, King. This fool is dating himself with a wig. Brownie night it is. Swedish prison guards forget to lock cells. During Friday night, the guards to Norrtälje prison in Sweden forgot to lock 6 prisoners into their cells, 3 of which was sentenced to murder. The prisoners took the opportunity to bake brownies and watch television. One of the best evenings we have had in a long time, says one of the prisoners. Sentenced to murder. Can they choose the person? Span cramps are the worst. What's worse is when you forget to do the toothpick thing and it closes up, so you have to make a new hole. Women have it so easy. For real. Whoever reacted with the vomiting face, I hope a homeless man touches you on your way to school. Here's what he would look like if he was bulk or Chinese. Matt Pat is retiring from YouTube in March. That's just a race theory. I think she ate enough bruh. For legal reasons this is a joke. The rising cost of living means this mom of 3 goes hungry, so her kids can eat. Milk a bull. It's a weird process. Done to check semen. Basically a very large vibrating electrode is shoved in the ace. It stimulates the portrait, and the vet collects the sample in a bull condo. Reminds me of the time I went to take a bite of a banana at work and my boss needed something when I sneezed, and letting out the weirdest man sneeze that came out almost like goofy laugh. I yuck and accidentally deep throat like half the banana while making eye contact with my boss, and it keeps me up at night sometimes. Maybe if we didn't give serial killers such cool names like the Night Stalker, and we'd instead call them the Small PP Killer, we'd have less serial killers. Tell me about your paranormal experiences. I've been ghosted by multiple women. How lucky. I get ghosted by everyone. Who you gonna call? Doesn't matter. They won't call him back. Patrolling the Mojave almost makes you realize the Mojave is pretty damn beautiful. What are you patrolling for? Delt Claw Catty. What is blue balls? I'm not native English, so I've never heard it before. Blue balls is the slang term for epididymal hypertension. It refers to aching or painful tentacles, which some people may experience after sexual arousal that does not result in orgasm. Oh, you mean crammy ache? Teen masturbated 56 times straight before dying of heart attack. Impressive. Who counted it? 3 Nigerian men have been arrested UAE officials in Dubai for impersonating Arab women. The sequel to Right Chicks everybody was hoping for. Looks a bit like my used, cheap, and posted online for everyone to see. Sounds about right. We aren't buying the OnlyFans, by the way. Ruin a famous quote, real or fictional, by replacing a word with clock. I have a clock. Martin Luther King. The world's smallest woman and her husband. I have questions I'm not sure I want answered. The answer is yes. She does launch off his shaft like a bottle rocket when he blows his load. An estimated 4% of the internet is porn. It's all porn if you have the right attitude. What's a fact that makes you uncomfortable? We'll start. Your bones are wet. There's a moment during the cremation process when the meat is perfectly cooked. Since hot dogs are basically just pureed meat stuffed inside an animal intestine, a hot dog doesn't stop being a hot dog even after we eat it. We just become the new hot dog casings, and that makes us, in a way, hot dogs as well. To this day, I still wonder why the hell they put this in a kids show. That scene made me so scared of bulk people. France. Why does saying France make you snack Shrek's clock? If you feed a moose, it may become aggressive and attack the next human it meets if it has no food to offer. Feeding a moose is my favorite hobby now. I heard you have a thing for Latinus. Last time I ducked a Latina, she stole my mom's passport and ladder. I can't think why. Man accused of repopulating in his boss coffee every day for 4 years. Sir Yorfepixino hires him back after tasting regular coffee again. Ancient tribes when it didn't rain enough. Global warming didn't exist until we stopped sacrificing babies. Yo bro, are you there? Come online. We haven't played in ages. Hello, this is Jack's mum. I have seen your name pop up on his phone quite a lot this week, so I just thought I'd let you know that he has passed away yesterday from answer. The day he passed away, he was talking about how he had this one friend on his Xbox that made him really happy as he couldn't make friends very easy. So I'm just saying to you, thank you for being nice to my son for the time you spent with him. I downloaded this app to be recess, not ducking cry myself to sleep. Do I look like L from Dealt Note? More like XXXL. Jeff becomes the first person with Down syndrome to be hired as a paid deputy officer down. Elton John. Clean up on aisle 4. Does anyone know what this like means? It's a limited edition glory hole. My work uniform. Please work at the morgue. Please work at the morgue. Happy birthday to myself. Ooh, she doesn't have a giant horse clock. You can't turn in needs for homework. Guess not. That entirely depends on how Lexi your teacher finds you. Must be nice having a dad. I feel you. I also feel you. Not really. Mine was evasive. He felt you. Ducking wood all day. I mean every day. I mean every waking ducking second of the fibers of reality being intact. While I'm sleeping. While I'm eating. While I'm working. I mean I'll be drenched. I mean Earth will no longer be recognizable from the sheer amount of repopulation I will bring upon this wicked planet. I mean a penhema will shiver before me as I become the real destroyer of worlds via a simple human feature. That is, my seamen. Dude. Best come back to I'm gonna kill you. They have the gun. Tell me quick please. Insert your pens in the barrel. If they shoot, you will die, but they will have a cram explosion all over them. They might like it though, so it's risky. If you smack too, I want him to sauce inside me. It's okay to be native. It's okay to be Asian. It's okay to be Latino. It's okay to be right. It's okay to be invisible at night. Mom said I have to go. No, okay, we can play tomorrow. Hey man. I don't know if you still remember me, but we used to play like 8 years ago lol. I got married last week actually. I need the rest of this interaction. Someone DM me the rest. Edit. Okay, who sent the nut pic? My front entrance is quite dark. What can I do to lighten it up and make it look more inviting? Shave it. Replace the first 4 letters of both your names with duck. I'm Duckstuck. I think I'll sit this one out. You just opened Clash of Clans. What is the first thing you do? Collect resources. Check clan messages. Check the news or events. Go to build a base or clan capital. Restoring Germany to its former glory. This creep from my DMs. His mustache looks like the burnt spot on grilled cheese. That's not a dog. That's a hamster. The perfect fleshlight. Ah yeah man. Totally. Sloppy toppy. Would you sacrifice 3 inches of your to gain 7 inches in height? I ain't got enough to sacrifice. Card declined. High school classrooms when the Indian kid walks in. Israeli school when the German kid enters the classroom. Does anyone else get a direction during this scene? I want her to joke me with her goopy spaghetti hair. As a man, why are you not in socks? I used to cram underneath my parents' carpet rag when I was 13. I don't know why. Then months later, they wonder why there's yellow stains on it. I decided to voluntarily clean it. The smell was vile. Despicable. German Argentinian. Nobody asked what her grandfather was doing from 1936 to 1945. Her grandmother? It's what they do when a rooster comes up to them to mate. Except please, do not mate with the chicken. I wish I had seen this comment sooner. He looks like the fish from SpongeBob that hid pickles under his tongue. Tonight is gonna be wild. Paranormal investigator, your house is haunted, and the spirit is trying to possess a doll. Me, who only owns Lex dolls. Yeah boy. It's all fun and games until Chucky and Annabelle ducks you in the ace at the same time. That doesn't sound too bad. Don't treat me with a good time. People who crack their pee-pee. Let me try. Gosh, don't do it, guys. I boiled down 5 gallons of seawater and dissolved the salt. Have to purify it prior to using. Define purify. Get rid of the non-rights. Found this on Pinterest. Does the child have 2 moms by any chance? You can forget your name at will. And that's it. Enjoy. Police officer, your name? Me, Pikachu face. Officer, shoots me cause I'm bulk. And the wallpaper of the year award goes to, I definitely say JFK was one of our most open-minded presidents. There's a difference between picturing and fantasizing. I think most people would picture. Fewer would fantasize. Exactly. I mean, I could probably picture my mumlinger blasting my nan, but I'm not getting a rod over it yet. I have infertile from eating scented candles. Perot never fails to fill me with slop. Pyrocynical never fails to deliver the baby. When I discovered I had throat cancer, my man booked a flight to Japan and was gone for months. When he came back, I snacked it so good, he pushed my head down on it aggressively to the point that you could almost see the tip imprinted on my neck, making it appear as if I had an Adam's apple. 2 days later, I found out I was cancer free. Turns out he went to Hiroshima and gave me free radiation therapy chemo for my throat via his long veni member. Remember girls, if he wanted to, he would. My mom watched a fatality while I played Mortal Kombat 2 and said, if this room isn't clean in an hour, I'm going to do that to you. Some of you'll be born to the most legitimately insane parents ever. Are you implying that, X or not, porn actresses are not allowed to have kids? I mean, it sorta puts them out of a job for a bit, lol. I'm mortified to inform you that that's not always the case. Bro, curses are born from negative things that happens in real life, right? Like how demons are formed in Chainsaw Man. If so, do you think a ripe curse also exists? Or a ripe technique? Imagine if there's a curse user that can use that and bet Duck Gojo until I saw something. I can be trusted with sharp objects. This shirt is available on laceinternational.com. Does this come in long sleeve? So I was masturbating to porn as usual, and then I noticed someone poke at me from behind. I was nervous because I thought it was my dad or something about to beat up my ace for watching porn, but I realized it was my stupid dog. My silly dog looked all judgmental and worried, and then started to give my hand a few paw taps telling me to stop. Angry, I decided to browse Pornhub and decided to masturbate to best ability porn featuring a dog of the same species, and the dog started growling at my nut and foaming at the mouth at the same time. That's when my dog gave me a tiny nibble on my balls, which made me repopulate on its face. That's when my father appeared out of nowhere and caught me in the act. I got a severe ace beating that day. I'm scared. I'm proud. I don't get what you are saying. I do. Dirty little bastard. He's at a perfect height to stick his head between her ace cheeks. Yes. And perfect size to loop his head and reverse birth. What? He who pulls me out shall be named King Arthur. God, she's so adorable. I want her so bad. Feels like my feet are not meant to wear climbing shoes. The only 2 pair of shoes that I'm okay with are Gomi and Squama. Any shoe suggestions, guys? Not my proudest. Protect your woman like your daughter, love her as your wife, and respect her like your mom. Duck her like your sister. What are your best male masturbation tips? I'd just like to remind everyone that Opie is probably reading all of these replies with his pens in hand. He's single-handedly reading all of these. Hello, this is the IRS. Send $10,000 via Cash App as soon as possible, or I will touch your butthole in your sleep with my government-backed tongue. Can anyone spoil it for me? The guy in the tub. Guy 1 has a psychosexual attraction to the last guy that used the tub. Guy 2. Guy 2 jeeked off in the tub and left the room. Guy 1 was watching the whole time, waited for Guy 2 to leave, then got in the tub and clicked the jazz off the drain. Oh, that's nasty as hell. 12 angry men covered in cram. Duck you, someone always comments this before me. How often are you trying to comment 12 angry men covered in cram? They what? Clank clank clank. Clank clank clank. Clank clank clank. Clank clank clank. Get pregnant, get pregnant, get pregnant. All my friends used to tell me that sharing pain would be good for our friendship. So, I did what any young man would do. I stuck my fingers in their race and mine, thrusting violently until I was sore. They'd never talk to me again. That's when I knew the Matrix was real. Getting traumatized by a quadruple amputee standing on all 4 of her stumps. Quad amputee? You mean nugget pun? Why would you curse me with the knowledge of what it's called? Have you had sex with someone with a disability, like a wheelchair user? If so, how was it? If not, would you consider it? I had sex with a blind person once. She was 19, completely blind in both eyes, and used a walking stick to get around. I actually had to carry her to my apartment, because I lived on the 3rd floor and the elevators were out, and I felt bad making a blind person walk up 3 flights of stairs even for sex lol. Long story short, blind women definitely like to use their other senses. Because she was so loud, my neighbors complained to my apartment manager. She was just feeling you out with echolocation. Posted to a local PD's Facebook. Found on a juvenile. Little homie has a bright future. As bright as the muzzle flash. Me walking into the single mother's apartment expecting rent money, but instead finding a corpse hanging from the ceiling, after I tripled her rent for the 3rd time this week. Is she still warm? Not at your mother-in-law's, not at work, especially if you're a teacher, never after chopping chilies. There are better ways to extinguish fires. My girlfriend and I made a HelloFresh meal with a heat green pepper. We both made sure to vigorously wash our hands with heat soap and water. Multiple times. Before, during, and after cooking multiple times. Because we knew we were gonna get down and dirty later. Later, she started giving me a head job, and it was great. Then she grabbed some spit from her throat, and it began to tingle. And slowly, it began to burn more and more and more. I had to stop her, because it got so bad. Moral of the story, no matter what, if you're cooking with peppers, don't duck, don't snack, don't stroke, don't even play with yourself. Be safe and just stay away from your pens. Bro training to snack his own meat. Me in real life. Why not? I said no yo. But that's where your J-spot is. A big reason you won't find me at church is that I don't believe any just lord would put such a wonderful cram button up my pooty pucker. Shakespeare been real quiet since this dropped. Trying to duck her into being a lesbian. Best comment I've ever seen. Holy shit. Did we just become best friends? You wanna go to karate in the garage? Yes. Hell yeah. Does it ever happen with you guys that you are fepping, but halfway you lose interest, but you keep going and forcefully repopulated because you were going on since 45 minutes, and when you done you realize you practically wiped yourself? Desperate times call for desperate measures. Did you just watch a equal rights vid or something? Nah, probably just some good old post nut. Some man has the record for highest number of simultaneously pregnant baby mamas. Yeah, and his name is Genghis Khan. On the flip side, there's someone with greatest ratio of sex without children. But the world will probably never know who it is. Whoever that is, I'm betting it's a guy. We never get pregnant, but dang it, we are gonna keep trying. Guys be like, I love my girlfriend and won't let her bite their nut. Having a 90-year-old girlfriend solves the problem. She had no teeth. 9-month-old girlfriend too. Rigby what the duck. This comment section is too nice for Instagram. Where's the haters thundercanting her self-confidence? She could fix me. Wait, no SpongeBob, not in the school. Wait until you are in home, SpongeBob. Casual slexism. Me strolling to a lesbian sub to hang out with other girls like me. Casual slexism. Me noping the duck out. Guys, screw casual slexism. Now, we are going for ranked. Imagine having your wife and unborn child pass away and you make a SpongeBob meme about it. Early grief is weird, I guess. Stages of grief. Making SpongeBob memes. Denial. Anger. Bargaining. Depression. Acceptance. Making SpongeBob memes. Wind is blowing the bad air from Poland, most likely due to burned coal from heating and power plants. Sorry for that, neighbors. It happens. Sometimes you blow over some bad air, sometimes we blow over the border and annex half your country, you know. So it is what it is. Hey, annexing hasn't given anyone asthma attacks yet, right? Not yet. Real question though, do the duck has slacks while wearing a fedora? Notch can ducking do anything after all he did? I'd ducking let Notch pound me against a wall if he wanted to. I'm a guy and I want Notch's chubster deep in my ace. Can I uneat this please? Thanks. You ducking, read it again. Cursed slacks. Me during slacks. Hurt me. I never wanted you. Me. What? And your dad has a bigger one than yours. Me. Mum, stop. What the duck? My mom doesn't even moan during slacks. You're having conversations?